You don't have to really like go live until.
That's she wants it going. So
Okay, so is the camera on or not?
it is.
So what are you looking at?
Back
You don't have to really like go live until.
So we're now streaming on YouTube, and she wants like this to be set up so that somebody can like see that we're here that wants to get on. They're not getting logged on yet, no matter what, because these aren't starting. But if we don't get this set up, they can't see that. I don't. Anyway, she wanted it done. So,
And you know what? As much as she does for us, if she wants that, then it's just awesome.
So when was this in operation? Like the 30s and 40s?
Yeah.
Okay.
But be careful talking about it. Seriously, Scott, you just ruin all our fun. I'm coming in your room and I'm setting up my computer
I'm coming in my room with your COVID.
and I'm gonna stream it and I'm gonna go, okay, Scott, this makes me happy today to be streaming everything you say in here.
As long as Val says it needs to be done, we're good.
Killjoy. So this morning, Mike and I were talking out in the hall, and Eamon came in, and I said, Eamon, you know, how you feeling? He wouldn't look me in the face though when he said it, and he said, no, I'm feeling better. But he wasn't looking at us in the face, so I'm not sure he does feel better. You know, and the problem is when you get that kind of stuff, it could really be hard, but also that nasty old, not stress, but what do you call it? Panic. It gets a hold of you too, you know?
Yeah.
So, but he wouldn't look me in the face when he said he was better. And I don't know, there's something about him I don't feel like he is. People his age, that's it. Did you hear about the Flower of Love superintendent?
No, school superintendent?
He died of COVID. He was 42. Hey, girl, look how pretty you are. You got on bright, happy colors. Yeah.
Good.
Isn't it nice to have a little longer time this morning?
Yes.
I loved it.
Did you forget your husband?
What?
Did you forget?
No, I took them.
No, she did take
I put them in a little bag.
Okay.
He was so
It's all good.
I was like, excuse me, Robert?
Oh,
Dark on these.
today is the 6th?
Yes.
Yes.
How about that? So we have an in-person, a phone, and an affidavit.
Okay. That's funny. Wait.
No, we have somebody in person.
In person,
Oh,
a
and-
phone, and an
Got it.
affidavit.
got it, sorry.
Well, there's somebody sitting out in the car.
Yep, we have an in-person, a phone, and an affidavit.
That's it. Mhm. Oh, goodness.
Is Ramona gonna
I
be here?
don't see her there.
Yeah, yes, today she is.
I'll see if she's ready to go ahead and sign in. I'll let her know we have someone ready to go if y'all are ready.
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay.
Which one is
Yeah,
it?
and I'll send her a thing telling her.
Which one is it?
It is case 1119.
Got it. Okay, you can bring it.
Oh, you'll send it to her, Cindy?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Somebody else? This is in person.
Yes, it is. Yes, I'm sorry, it is. Doesn't feel like this. Anybody want a piece of gum?
If I understand correctly, we only have two. Two? Yes. One's in person and one's not. Or one may not, one may be their agent and show up. As far as we
Oh, I
know.
thought we had a phone also.
Hey, Scott, see if Ramon knows, please.
I think the one that is here is.
She is not.
case
She isn't?
1119.
Yes,
That's the one that's here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is the one that I've been able. Craig Day. Oh, it's the first one. Really?
Hey, Chickadee, can you sign on now? Because oh, you're trying? Okay. Scott's running it today. Okay,
What kind of comment is that? There she is.
I know. Oh, wait, now Scott's.
Ramona, you there?
No, I just clicked on her. She's coming.
Charlotte's yelling, but he's not yelling angry. He's just going, Ramona, are you there? Bye.
She's muted. She's there, but she's muted.
Ramona.
But she can't hear you. Well,
Well,
I think she can hear
turn her
us,
on.
but she's muted, so.
She's at her end.
You can right click her.
Great, there she is.
And ask them.
Hey, Ramona.
Ramona.
I'm here. I'm waiting for y'all.
Oh, yeah, right.
You told her to come on early, Charlie. You
Okay.
better
Okay.
get on with it.
Opening a meeting for the Aransas County Appraisal Review Board. We have a quorum?
Yes, sir, Chairman, we do.
We have a quorum. We are ready to rock and roll.
Yes.
So it's right over there.
Good morning.
Good
Morning.
morning.
Good morning.
Eugene?
Yes.
No, okay, just checking. Make
Oh,
sure I had it
sorry.
right.
You can't see the lips moving.
Yeah, right.
I apologize.
No, that's all right. That's good. I just want to make sure you're the right person.
Yes.
Okay. In that case, we're opening a hearing on case ID 2020-1119, account 65299. This hearing is being recorded. We're the Appraisal Review Board that will be hearing your protests today. The board consists of Robert, Cindy, Kathy, myself, Charlie Powers, and Ramona LeBlanc is via Zoom. We do not work for, and Eamon Burke is the appraisal district representative.
Okay.
We do not work for the appraisal district. We are appointed to perform an independent review of your protest. At the end of the hearing, you may complete a survey regarding your experience. Survey may be completed using a survey form and emailed to pcad.communications@cpa.texas.gov or online at surveymonkey.com/r/surveyarb. Survey is voluntary, but we do appreciate you taking it. You also have the right to appeal our decision. Appeal information will be provided to you with our determination. In accordance with Tax Code Section 4145H, all written material that has not been provided must be provided at this time. Do we have all your evidence?
Send the packet into the young lady. And she's
Yeah,
probably
okay.
scanned it.
Then we have it. The ARB members who are concerning the protest have not communicated with anyone about the protest, signing in an affidavit to that effect. I, Charles Powers, do solemnly swear I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 41.66F.
I, Kathy Hoffman, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 41.66F.
I, Cindy Duck, do solemnly swear I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 41.66F.
I, Robert Dayton, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 41.66F.
I, Ramona LeBlanc, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 41.66F, and I'm signing to that effect, and I'm physically located in Texas.
My name is Val Smith. I'm a notary public, and I'm witnessing Ms. LeBlanc's signature via Zoom, and I'm physically located in Texas.
All testimony from all witnesses must be given under oath. Eugene, could you read that?
If you'll state your name and then read it aloud.
I do solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony I shall present to the Appraisal Review Board for the Aransas County Appraisal District is true and correct.
And I, Eamon Burke, do solemnly swear and affirm that the testimony I shall present to the Appraisal Review Board for the Aransas County Appraisal District is true and correct.
Eugene, the appraiser's license in the state of Texas.
Oh,
Okay, if you look at the sheet that's taped to the counter in front of you there, there's, yes, that one. That's the procedure we're gonna use for the hearing.
that was in the packet on me.
Yes, it was. And what I'd like to know is, you want to go first, or do you want the district to go first?
It's
You get to choose,
immaterial. I mean, I can go first.
okay? You have 5 minutes.
We came up with the appraisal of the 206,000 from the previous year because of the fact we're not finished with our repairs from Tweeda, and they're dragging us out. We're still needing to replace an AC at $9,300. The labor for tile is $46.66, and then the tile itself is $1,880, $1,880, $15,846, and the console we're using is I have a page that says our console on top. That's the neighbors right amongst us. 74 West Castle is us on top for the 189.79 for the improvement value, which was reflected on the 2020, the 245,210 from the appraisal district. Then it came out to 189.79 a square foot. And the rest of them are even lower than us, and we're still repairs to do and everything else that even bring us up to the selling point where we can even sell. So therefore, we felt that we were way over the price range in which we were determined from the county. We felt that the 206 would put us back where we need to be to get us the ability to do our repairs and achieve everything before we can sell for our top dollar, which would be 245, 210. And then on the sales ratio report that the county represented, we had there again, 74 was Capitol Oak on top, and then 85 Northview was at 170, 71, 226 West was 178. There was a brand new home for 219 a square foot. So there again, we're above what we feel is the present market value, even though we still have repairs to do from the.
Sorry, I'm so sorry.
You all right?
You got
So basically, that's where we're at. We felt that the appraisal district is above because we still haven't done our repairs because SWIA has not given us the full ability to do our repairs. We had over $179,000 worth of repairs. They just $59,000 to achieve it. Asking, they said, well, if you're interested, you sue us. You know, that's all we're at. So we're still trying to get this accomplished.
So your total number was what? Your number that you felt?
For which facet? The value of the house?
Yeah, total value, property and,
Okay,
land,
we had it at 206. That's the number I didn't bring.
206?
Yeah, 206 something. I forget.
Okay,
Still have it.
that's good.
How much did you have left in expenses?
Left to do.
In expenses to complete the property?
It's right here in this.
I know, I didn't see the total figure.
It's right here. If you add this one, the repairs, and then
$11,000.
it'll be 15,846.
That's the
Add it all
total.
together.
Okay.
And had damages of 131,759. TWIA paid us 56,600, so we're out 75,000 out of our pocket.
Yes.
Are you living in the house now? Is it habitable?
We're living in it. We still, the top floors are cracked. The first adjuster came out and give us money for the floors. Then TWIA drag on, and then they sent a professional contractor of some sort to reevaluate the whole situation. They took away the tile floors. They took away a bunch of the sheetrock. They said that can be stayed because it's not molded behind there. Well, how did they know? They didn't pull it down. You know, where it got wet from the rain and all. So it's just ongoing cluster. Okay. Put it mildly. And I could close with that if that's all the questions y'all have.
Do you know, just by chance, if like last year, did you have a Hurricane Harvey code on your house? Like, because,
There you go. You want to hear a good one? We had everything. We had Doug Kloppenstein. He's the head of Texas Insurance Board. He's out of Corpus. He came to our front. He came over to reevaluate because we're trying to get somebody to listen to us. Nobody listened to us.
right,
So he came out with the second appraiser. He sat on the front concrete with me. He goes, Gene, he goes, look, the downstairs damage will be covered by flood. The upstairs damage will be covered by TWIA. He goes, you are covered no matter what it takes. You got both insurances. You got all your endorsements. You got the 304, the 403, the 360, all these different numbers. He goes, there's not an issue. Well, as time went on, after 5 adjusters later and getting kicked around and dumped around, and it never materialized. He disappeared. The agents disappeared. You know, same old story.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I go on for days.
Okay, so that was your 5 minutes of presentation. So now, and you'll have another opportunity to talk. The district gets 2 minutes to cross-examine and then 5 minutes.
Okay, I'm just trying to track with how you got to 206. I'm just trying to understand. You said there was 15,846 for repairs. It's you to 206, then you're starting at 221. Right?
Okay, the 206
Uh-huh.
was our previous before Harvey.
Your value before the hurricane?
Yeah, you could look 2018 or 2017.
Got it, okay.
Wait, 2017 was 206?
Well, he's got it right there. Can you scan back and look at that?
Yeah, I'm looking at it, I'm just not.
That was y'all's history, so I didn't print it.
Yeah.
I could have.
No, that's okay.
206,910.
There you go.
206,910, okay.
That's where I pulled that magic number out of the man.
Got it, okay.
Now, we didn't take the 206 and subtract the additional repairs, we just kept that as a base amount.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, no, I get that.
Okay.
It's the, so, okay, if your house was totally 100% good and done and everything, our data is showing, our sales data, other comps, are showing that it would sell for the mid 240s, like you said, 245.
that's what you're saying. I say it's lower according to the ones that you.
No, I'm saying if your house is completely done, if
Okay.
your house is like in perfect condition.
All right.
So, and then you have a cost to cure of 15,846. Is that all the money that it would take to get it to saleable condition?
No, because those are that was the estimates back in 2017. And what happened is the main living area,
Mhm.
that's where the cracks were.
Right.
But the tile goes beyond the hallway and back in the bathrooms.
Okay, so just pretend with me that I'm gonna buy your house from you with the intention of selling it later this year for 245. How much do I have to spend to take what you have and get it to be sold for 245?
Already 18,000 with the,
Okay,
because the additional tile would have to travel into the bathrooms and bathrooms and change it out to make it match. You can't buy that tile anymore.
yeah.
And it's me guessing. I haven't got a contractor since the 2017 bid.
Right,
You haven't?
That was the bid to get it fixed from Tim Harry. And that was October 17.
right. So, I mean, that gets us to 227. I can't,
And the exterior, all the handrails and all that, which we part about last, that's all been approved. It's already, all the documentation has been sent to TWIA for the new.
okay, so that also needs to be done.
No, that's not. We're just talking about what you said.
Oh, that has been done?
Yes.
Yeah, the decks and everything?
Yes, correct. That's what it,
Okay. I mean,
And all your electricity, he's,
okay, so I'll present our evidence real quick. So this is 65299, single-family residential home in Holly Beach on Castle Oak Drive, corner of Castle Oak and North Side. Two-story upstairs living area, downstairs garage area. The notice value was 253,210. Last year's value was 111,250. It was still in a state of repair. The sales that we have, there's three in here, one of which, the last one's a 5 FD plus, but the first two are really comparable. They're the 4 FD pluses, one's on Northview, one's on Forest Oak, and they're 1332 square feet and 1360 square feet. The subject is a little bit bigger, it's 1530, but if you look at their sale prices, the two comps are sold for 235 and 242. So given that the subject is a little bit bigger, why our median value ends up indicating for the subject at 247. So the mid 240s, that's what I was saying. It seems like that's what this thing would be worth, assuming it was complete, it had no problems. The equity grid just shows other houses in this neighborhood that are 4 FD pluses that are similarly appraised, and the median indicated value is 254. Basically the number we have on it, the market value of 253,210, but it is over market. It's just within, it's being done equitably, but it is a little bit high. The sales ratio report for Holiday Beach, we're at a weighted mean of 0.95 and an average mean of 1.02. 1.02 means that there's going to be a few that we're a little bit high on, and this is one of them. So that's where I'm coming from. If I start at 245 and then I take the full cost to cure off of it for the damage at 18, that gets me to 227. I'm just trying to find something that well, I guess it's the board's decision, right? So they can do whatever they would like. I'm still thinking like I'm at my desk. But, you know, that, I think that your points are totally valid. Like your house isn't done and it needs work. I just, it's a good point, you know?
227 is reflecting the improvement value or total with the land?
That's the total, yeah. Oh, was your 206 just for the improvement?
No. That was the
Okay.
total at the time.
Okay, yeah.
Which before,
Right.
Harvey, that's what y'all had evaluated, the total.
And I guess I'll just agree with the property owner that, you know, it's in the middle of a bunch of construction and the value of something that's being repaired is a little bit hypothetical. So, but that's all.
Okay, so now you get 2 minutes to cross-examine and 2 minutes to rebut.
Under our 74 Wisconsin. You came off from 253.
245.
Start with the number of 245.
Because I'm saying that our 253 is just showing to be a bit too high,
Okay,
period.
all right,
So we're
I
gonna
agree
start
with
at 245
all right,
and then take the cost cure off of it. Like I was saying, I'm gonna sell it for 245 later, but it's gonna take me 18 grand to do that.
okay. So all right, 20 grand or so.
Sure, yeah, I mean, even if it was 20, it gets us to 225.
Right.
But,
So if you're aware of any other additional expenses that you're going to have to, other bids, other things that have to be fixed, that weren't fixed as of January 1st of this year.
The primary things were those that we listed. I mean, there's cosmetics, stuff, but that's, you know, $500 or something that I'm aware of. That,
Okay.
you know, that's not an issue. I mean, I don't feel that that's a bearing
Okay.
part of this, you know.
kind of normal stuff.
Right, exactly, right.
All right, so did you have,
Do you have anything else?
I feel that that's all he could present at. So we have presented, we're below the neighborhood. I mean, even at that, what is 225? Well, see, that doesn't show you the improved value. It's still, in total
22?
sales.
Sir, is this your primary residence?
No. It's our, just our vacation home or whatever.
Okay.
We live in San Antonio. And that's the other part of being part of FEMA. Isn't our primary residence, they kick you out the dirt. The neighbor had the same situation. They covered everything on the bottom whatsoever. And because the agent said, because it's not your primary home, we can't help you. But we're still paying the same premium, the same insurance, the same deductibles. I could spend hours on it.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's beside the point.
okay, so Eamon, rebuttal.
No.
Do you have any, you get 1 minute, you get 1 minute for closing. Do you have anything additional to add?
What's the final value we stay with?
No.
Okay.
Because we do
Okay.
we deliberate, but if you have anything else that
No,
you want
that's
to
it.
say, okay.
Yeah,
Eamon?
No.
Okay, so now we get 5 minutes.
okay.
And what I want to say, just from you're not alone. I'm sorry you're having to go through this. I'm sure you feel like you're the only one, but I promise you, there are a whole lot of people right there. What I do want to say is I think his 18 to 20 from 2017, those numbers were old off of, and I forget what their software's called, but it was old numbers. So I feel like taking 22,000 off of the 245 would be a fair amount, you know, to put in inflation, because what used to cost.
I was going for 220.
Okay, so
I
let's,
could go for 220. I was thinking 225. but I could
220,
go for
I'll do
220.
220.
I'm good with 220.
Ramona?
Is the 220 just for the improvements?
No, it's for
Total.
everything.
I don't know.
Land value didn't change at all, so.
Well, remember,
I
he's
know, and
high on the equity
He's
value
high on the, I mean, and
on the
Eamon
market
said,
value.
he's high.
he's high on the market value already, so you take it down to the median and then drop the cost to cure off it.
Right.
206 he's suggesting is too low. It's lower than last year's value.
Last year's value was 111.
111 last year.
The 206.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's not. I take that back.
So I think the 220's fair because he had to pay for some of the stuff and hasn't gotten reimbursed, and they've already told him they're not going to reimburse him. This is just additional stuff that still needs to be, so this isn't even indicative of what was, I feel like the 220 really is fair.
I could go for 220.
I'm fine with 220.
Are you there, Ramona?
I'm listening to you.
Okay, I'm gonna make a motion. Okay, or?
Yep.
All right, so on account number 65299, taking into consideration the incorrect appraised market value, and based upon what the appraisal district and what the property owner have told us, I make a motion that we lower the 2020 value to $220,000.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
220.
Okay.
You
We'll
get-
do it.
You'll get a piece of paper in the mail, by snail mail, that basically says the same thing.
That's fine.
And then also, if you would fill out our survey, and when you go up
Mhm.
front, she can tell you about that.
Okay, because I don't have an email, but I
Today's the 6th.
Out of curiosity, you live in San Antonio, what do you do for a living?
Thank you.
2 seconds. I got a master electrician, and I got leukemia in 2002. Worked at USA full-time, and we worked 4/10s. So with the 3 days off, I created my own business. You go to the Code of Ethics Review Board for them. You just can't bid jobs on campus for USAA, but you can go and bid it, wherever else. So that's fine. So I started my own business, and then when I got leukemia, I just dissolved everything because it's too much. I take chemo every day, and it's just, you just can't do it.
Right.
So now I just take care of bits and pieces, troubleshoot here and there for people, kind of whatever deal. But I'm disabled
Okay.
through them.
You're an electrician by trade.
Correct. Since I was 3 years old.
Oh, that's awesome.
Why don't you come hang out at my house for a little while?
Bring your insulated.
Yeah, oh, and bring your truck that has all your stuff in it, okay?
I give my phone number to what happens is people will go over there and they'll call me and they say, this guy's trying to do this. I said, just give me 5 minutes with him and I'll change his mind. She's like, thanks for your time.
Well, good luck to you, and truly, I do want you to know there's a whole lot of people, so don't feel like you're being picked.
I was at the meeting at the harbor or the hotel,
Oh, yeah,
Fulton Harbor, whatever.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
And you have attorneys, y'all might have had representatives, I don't know, but the attorneys, city council, district representatives, and Twee's up there doing this song, pony dance. And 3 seconds later, you can ask them the same question that they did, and they go off on a total, it was so freaking crazy. Anyway, thank y'all.
I'm
Good
here-
luck.
I'm here to help.
Okay.
Wish you'd moved down here.
Yeah. could use it.
I wasn't kidding, he can really come stay. I'll cook for him, I'll do whatever.
Did you say you used to work for USA?
No, USAA.
I had an electrical problem in the house about a year ago. Everything in my bathroom just stopped working. Breaker was on, breaker was good,
The breaker was good?
everything stopped working. We tracked down the electrician that built the house, did the electricity when the house was built. And he said, oh, there's a GFI over in the guest bathroom and that controls your bathroom as well,
Oh, that's good.
on the other side of the house.
Yeah. I I had that at my house in Houston. The
But one that was on the
front
other
porch.
side.
Just so you all know, there's a person waiting whenever y'all want to
A
do a
person on the
hearing.
phone or?
Yes,
Yes.
the person on the
There's
phone,
a
whenever,
person on
whenever
the
anybody's
phone
ready.
Who is it?
It's
It's
Solis.
Mandy Solis,
Affidavit.
175.
13596.
Okey dokey.
Y'all ready?
Oh, yeah. Hello?
Hello.
This must be Mandy?
Yes, sir, it is.
Oh, very good. Well, I'm Charlie Powers at the Appraisal Review Board, and we're about to open your hearing. We got some
Okay.
trivia to go through, so just follow along with us.
Okay.
Opening hearing on case ID 2020-1759, account 13596. This hearing is being recorded. With the Appraisal Review Board, they will be hearing your protest today. Present at the table are Robert Dayton, Cindy Duck, Kathy Hoffman, myself, Charlie Powers, and via Zoom, Ramona LeBlanc. Also at the table is Ahmed. What? Burke, the district representative.
Brain fart.
We do not work for the appraisal district. We are appointed to perform an independent review of your protest. Comptroller's office provides an electronic survey for you to offer feedback about your experience today that may be accessed at the appraisal district office or online at surveymonkey.com/r/surveyarb. Survey is voluntary. We do appreciate you taking it. You also have the right to appeal our decision. Appeal information will be provided to you with our determination. In accordance with Tax Code Section 4145H, all written material that has not been provided must be provided at this time. Mandy, do we have all your evidence?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. ARB members who are considering the protest have not communicated with anyone about the protest and are signing affidavits to that effect. I, Charles Powers, do solemnly swear I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 41.66F.
I, Kathy Hoffman, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with a person in violation of Tax Code Section 41.66F.
I, Cindy Duck, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 41.66F.
I, Robert Dayton, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 41.66F.
I, Ramona LeBlanc, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 41.66F, and I'm signing to that effect, and I'm physically located in Texas.
My name is Al Smith. I'm a notary public. I am witnessing Ms. LeBlanc's signature via Zoom, and I'm physically located in Texas.
All testimony from all witnesses must be given under oath. Mandy, since you signed the affidavit, I'm going to assume that you're under oath for the duration of this hearing. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Do you hold an Amy?
I, Eamon Burke, do solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you shall present to the appraisal review board for the Aransas County Appraisal District is true and correct.
Mandy, do you hold a appraiser license in the state of Texas?
No, sir.
Okay. Do you have handy or have you seen the hearing procedure times chart?
Yes.
Okay, that's great. Then would you like to go first or would you like the district to go first? Your choice.
Well, I'll go first and just tell you my thoughts, and then you guys can let me know from there where we need to go. So
Okay.
Going over the paperwork that we got, we originally are just protesting the structural improvement for the $19,810. The paperwork shows that it was viewed in 2019, and there were 2 trailer pads on site. We purchased the lot in 2020 in January, and there were no trailer pads on site, but there were 2 RV hookups. They didn't look very nice, and we actually removed one of them and resituated one of them. And the only permanent structure that is on the lot is a concrete slab that we had installed. And since then, we have put an RV park tiny home. It's actually listed, if you go to texasdmv.gov, it qualifies as a park model RV. It is under 400 square feet, so it is not to be, the whole reason we went that way is so that it wouldn't make our property taxes increase. I sent pictures, I don't know if you guys have that, of the structure
Yes,
and
we
the
do.
pad that it's sitting on. If you go by there, you actually can see that we put a siding just around the bottom just to kind of make it look nicer, but it is not a permanent fixture on the lot. We can move it at any time. Here
Anything
on the
else?
unit price, well, I just was looking. The unit price it's saying is $7,925 per 2 of those trailer pads, and those are no longer there. There was no longer an actual trailer pad, so I'm not real sure what that was about, unless it was just the 2 hookups. Like there were no concrete slabs poured or anything. It was just on grass and 2 RV hookups. But those are no longer there.
Is there anything else you'd like to tell us about everything that's here?
That's all I have right now.
Okay. Cindy?
Okay, so now the district has 2 minutes to cross-examine and 5 minutes to present, so they've got 7 minutes.
Am I
Okay.
right that this was purchased in January?
Yes, we purchased it in January.
Did you perchance pay less than $89,110 for it?
Is that information that I have to disclose?
It's just a yes or no. I'm just saying, I'm just asking if you paid less. You don't have to. I mean, I'm just saying if you paid less than that, then that would indicate that the value is lower than what we noticed it at. But if you paid.
No, we did not pay less than that.
Yeah, that's all I was asking. The property is 13596. Last sale price was 90,000, and as far as we know, in January of 2020, and it is a vacant lot in Fulton. It's on Chaparral towards the water. It was the comps in the sales grid. The first one is the subject at $90,000, and it indicates that this should be $90,000. There are 2 other sales though in this neighborhood, one on 6th Street and one on 3rd Street, of smaller lots. This is actually a bit large for Fulton. And they sold for $89,910 and $64,900, basically $90,000 and $65,000 for little lots that are small lots in Fulton. The indicated value for the subject on a median of sales is 106. So it is not the district's opinion that this lot was overpaid, that it was purchased, sold fairly and purchased fairly.
So the 90,000 is just for the land.
Well, it's for the land, but though if you look down, the listing does say that it has city water and sewer.
Right.
So the utility, the thing you were wondering is the trailer pads. It's called a trailer pad, but the concrete part of it is minimal. Most of the value of a trailer pad is in the septic system. It's the septic and the electric hookup. You said that you have a park model on there, and you're correct, park models, we don't pick those up, and it's not on your card. We're not inventorying your park model. Is the second RV hookup, so you use one of them to utilize the park model, right?
Yes, sir.
Is the other one still there, like for an RV that y'all bring down?
No, sir. It's gone.
Okay, so there is not an RV hookup for, anything beyond the park model.
No, sir. There's not.
Why did y'all remove the second one? Was there something wrong with it?
They both looked very tacky, so we just we had no use for the second one. We removed it and we made the first one look a little nicer and reposition it.
Okay. Are they on separate septic taps, or is it both going into one, or you know any?
There's only one septic there on the lot, but it was already there. It was pre-existing when we purchased the lot, and so was the water and electrical hookup.
Right. Okay, well, in light of that, I would say that this account could be argued to have one TP instead of two. And in the next year, it's not going to have two no matter what, because there isn't one in 2020. But she, you know, as the person who bought it in January, she's sort of saying that she bought it as if it had one. The second one wasn't providing any value.
Eamon, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
What's the 19,810 for then?
19,000.
Because it says an improvement, but
That is
what is that?
That is the 2 trailer pads, and then there is a neighborhood adjustment in Fulton for improvements.
But this in the.
Well, how come they didn't show up last year?
What didn't show up last? Oh, the land table changed this year in Fulton like a lot.
No, but the.
No. The improvements weren't on last year. And all of a sudden this year, you've got 19,000 for improvements. I'm curious as to why.
So why are they being charged that higher rate?
It's 2 of them.
That, I understand the land, but the improvement wasn't there last year, and all of a sudden it's there this year. I'm curious as to why.
Where do you see it wasn't there last year?
On our sheets of paper?
Says improvements for last
It
year.
shows prior year value improvement 0, and then this year 19,810 just for improvement.
That's the value of the 2 PC.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's because there's 2 of them.
But it didn't show up last year.
Right.
So, and they were there. So why now are you all of
And
us?
there, yes.
Probably because
And
who was going through. We worked in this neighborhood. We were trying to figure out why this thing was being sold for $90,000. Prior year it was $50,000. So
I understand. But suddenly you put 20,000 on there?
we have to figure out what's different about it. And one of the things that drove the value of this is that it has utilities. What I'm saying is it doesn't need 2 TPs, although it did have 2 because there was 2 taps, like she said. It's arguable that there was only 1.
So we can remove.
But I still don't understand on commercial property, it's 10,000,
Right.
okay? This is not commercial property,
Things can still be $10,000. I mean,
but they aren't consistently on homes. When a
right.
person,
What I'm
when it's
saying is
not
if we
commercial.
take the 7,
I mean, they've been 3,000, they've been, you know, and.
I don't think it makes any difference if they were there last year or not. They're there.
They're there now.
We're willing to remove
there
them.
used to be like improvements on here. There used to be a house
A house?
or something, or a mobile home or something. It says, we have a note that says removed improvements per site visit. Somebody after the hurricane just like said, there's nothing on here.
Okay, so you removed it. Now, why is it back?
Well, I mean, we don't.
Back?
Because,
Obviously, you had the trailer pad there before, if you had to have something removed.
let's see. Just a second.
I'm having a hard time with that. Go ahead, I'll let you finish whatever.
That doesn't make any difference.
But they're not on septic per that thing.
So what I'm saying is, we have this notice at 89,100, right?
Yes.
And it sold for, as far as we know, 90,000. Okay. And what I'm saying is, I think it's totally reasonable that we should have had this valued at about 80, because there's only 1 utility hookup, not 2. And in the listing, it talks about the utilities property as city sewer and water, and that there's homes and RV, mobile homes and RVs.
But
are
all
allowed.
it says is city water and sewer. It doesn't say it has electric.
And if you look at the sales grid, the indicated value of market activity in this area says that this lot could be argued to be $106,000. So even taking that 10 grand off for the TP that isn't really there, right? You end up in the high 90s. That's where it was listed. So if you take the TP that is there, that is providing value out, all you're doing is you're saying that the land value is even higher. And then the whole neighborhood gets the value of their land per square foot affected by a sale that was partially driven by utilities.
So did it have electric hookups? Ma'am?
Yes, ma'am, it does. But it had that when we purchased it.
It had that?
It already had electric, water, and sewer, and there were 2 RV hookups. And when we purchased it, those were already working and in place. All we have done is mowed the yard and cleaned up around there trash-wise and removed one of the RV hookups. We also put a pad, a concrete pad on the lot that is a 13 by 36 that cost us $3,000.
We did it hundreds of dollars of value. That's a matter of record keeping, not really value. But nobody's too hot and bothered about a pad underneath.
Okay, so we can take off half of the
Whose time?
19,810. It's pretty much, yeah, just rebuttal. Ma'am,
Yes, ma'am.
2 minutes for rebuttal.
Okay, so I may be wrong here, but what I'm hearing sounds like this paper that I got says that the land market appraised by you guys or by somebody is $69,300. My problem is that we have not done any improvements that total $19,810. We haven't even done any improvements that total $7,925. When we purchased this lot, there were 2 RV hookups already on there. And we purchased it in 2020. The RV hookups, one of them were removed. I don't understand if we signed a contract on this place in 2019. The RV hookups were already there at that time also. And I don't understand why they wouldn't have been picked up already. I feel like what's happening here is that they're trying to make up for land value. I understand you may think the land is worth $90,000. If it were appraised today, it might not be with the oil prices and Corona, but the whole point is that the land market value is $69,300. It's on this paperwork. The improvements that we have done do not total $19,810.
Yeah, in this office, improvements means anything that's not land. So a house is an improvement, even if it's an old house. It's called an improvement.
There's no house on the lot.
Right, but I'm saying the word improvement in the world of an appraisal district, it's a very old terminology, but it means like buildings or structures or like a radio tower is an improvement. It doesn't
Right,
matter.
I get.
So like the Walmart here in town is an improvement. It means like stuff, buildings, anything that's not land. So the trailer pad is the utilities. We're not saying you added them. We're not saying you made it better. We're saying that there's utilities there. The word, I know it's kind of annoying sometimes if you're not familiar with the word improvement being used that way, but a home is an improvement to the land, even if it's a 90-year-old home. It's just what it's called. What utilities that you had make up about $10,000 of market value. So because we're at 69 on your land, and then there's 10 for your utilities that were added in there, our value is 80, not 90.
79,200.
Okay, but the utilities were already present when we bought it. Those utilities have been present on that lot for years. So why are they just now being picked up now that we have it? They have had electricity, water, and a sewer system there for years. There was a home before the hurricane there that already had those existing structures,
'Cause
those improvements.
the value of the utilities in a site-built home is built into the home. It's just, it's in there, but it's in the price per square foot of the house. When the house,
But
we don't know.
it's been gone for 3 years.
Hold on,
Right.
it's his 2 minutes now, so let him explain.
Okay.
We had hundreds to thousands of lots that had homes on them that were wiped out. And there's no way for us to know if those utilities are still good or not. And until we see a mobile home or something being put on there, or a listing saying these utilities are working, like yours did, we don't add it in as utility value. We're assuming that it's damaged, that it has to be started over from scratch. It's a benefit of the doubt type thing. And when we see listings going up saying that it has working utilities, or when we see somebody's installing a mobile home, then it will get added back on. If you were to build a site-built home, it doesn't get a trailer pad. Site-built homes have a high value on their own. So I'm saying our numbers should have been 10 grand below what we believe your sale price was. But that, we're not actually even getting to market value. Market value for this year would have been 106. So these were just added on because somebody was driving this road. They saw that the listing said it had utilities. When they looked at it, they saw the 2 RV hookups and said, hey, look, there's 2 RV hookups here. And I'm just being reasonable. I'm trying to tell you that while you could argue there were 2, because you were the one who bought it and you didn't want both of them, there was really only one driving the value of it, and the rest is land.
And you did say that it was working, the one, because that's what you're using now. So
And he's saying that he's willing to.
he's gonna
Remove
take off
one of
the
those.
one
Where
that
is
you're
that?
not using. So now
Where are we at, Cindy?
we need to let her have her closing and Eamon needs his closing. So you have 1 minute, ma'am.
Okay, I would feel good about that if you guys would remove 1 because there is only 1 there now.
Okay. All right. Is that all?
Yes, ma'am.
Eamon, you have 1 minute.
Did you have a question or?
No.
Oh,
Okay.
When you finish.
Yeah, that's it.
All right. So
Got to the same place.
when you take the 89,110 and you remove, I took it's 9905, is
Take
that number?
10. Take 10. Make it.
Okay, so that gives you let's just say $79,100. So I'm gonna make a motion unless anybody has anything to
that's good.
say.
No, I'm fine.
Ramona?
No.
Okay, on account number 13596, taking into consideration, this says other, but on the other
It said,
form,
it said incorrect price.
Go to
So it's both.
right, so market, so
On the protest.
I saw it someplace. where it said-
somewhere it said Q1. So taking into I'll just state it, and if it's not there, then we don't have to worry. Taking into consideration the possibility of an incorrect appraised market value and any other issue which might affect the total value on this property, I make a motion that we lower the total value for 2020 to $79,100.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
That's it.
Thank you, Mandy. We appreciate you coming.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
You have a wonderful day.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
This is the last hearing for this docket. It will be by affidavit.
Thank you. Oh my gosh.
Choose one.
Account. 220.
Oh,
It says in person, but
220.
where the-
Oh, it's just affidavit? Okay.
one on page.
Yeah, page 1, number
5-minute recess.
Yeah.
This one's gonna be.
It'll be quick.
We still need a 5-minute recess.
Yeah, no problem.
Hey, did you have a chance to look over the?
Yes, I
agenda?
did, 'cause I marked
It's
it okay.
good? All
Yeah.
right, thank you.
Hey, man, what property are we doing?
PID is.
It's a 70262.
That's it.
Latitude.
Is that what that is?
Yep.
Oh.
Checked in-person hearing. It's just, their comment is, they checked in-person hearing. Like,
Yeah,
okay.
it said that on there, but there's a conversation.
Oh my gosh. Even though we got an extra hour.
That comment is not always what they put. That's sometimes just a note between people, like to tell them what to do in the property.
Well, clearly they didn't put it, because
Right, yeah.
I wouldn't call myself they.
Right. I mean, it's just sometimes it's a note when somebody pulls something up to go, oh, this
Oh,
is what they're
got
trying to do.
Got it.
And that's the thing that like where people look.
What note?
Just a note
Says
under
they-
comments.
says they checked
Usually the
in-person.
comment is what the
Like if you look at
person
the sheet,
protesting is
Eamon,
saying.
like on
but in this
page
case,
1, the
they're
first one,
saying-
which is the one we're doing.
Oh, it says they checked in.
See where it says percent owner,
Yeah.
and then underneath it, it says they checked in-person hearing.
Mhm.
I wish you don't sit down.
So I was just like, you know, okay. I'll
It puts the lotion in the mask.
Exactly. No, oh my gosh, all that stuff in Beirut?
Isn't that great?
That's terrible.
That is
Has there
so,
been any, further explanation of
They
what's
haven't said yet.
Because when it first happened, there was a fireworks warehouse or something. But as soon as I saw it, I was like, I've seen a lot of fireworks.
oh no, it was a
warehouses.
load that was on a ship that they unloaded. I think they confiscated it or whatever. They unloaded it to store it. They were like 5 or whatever, I don't know how,
Ammonium nitrate.
and they were told,
It is explosive.
Oh,
It's
yes,
obvious.
this is what they used to blow up
Hiroshima.
Hiroshima, but also,
No.
I don't know, but it's the one that he used in Oklahoma to
Exactly.
blow up. I mean, and the amount that they had stored was like it should have never, ever been anywhere near any city.
But it's probably for mining.
But they told, well,
No, it's for agricultural purposes.
who
But they-
Oh,
knows?
so it wasn't even designated as explosives, it was
Oh,
just
no,
explosive
it's
with
not.
ammonium
It's
nitrate.
not.
And they were told also don't store it there. This is
Yes,
the problem.
They
were
were
told
told
it's a
to get
problem.
rid of it, like, years ago, they were told, they just had to confiscate it, they put it there and they were supposed to move it, but they never did.
Like the footage of it, the one up close shows like a whole bunch of little flat flares in the building before
Yeah.
the big explosion, so there's something that was already going off, there was an ignition event.
It was a fire. It's the same thing that happened in West Texas
Uh-huh.
in 2013 or 14,
Uh-huh.
where you have a fire. You really don't have to even put water on it, but they may have put water on it. Same thing with the Grand Camp in Houston in the 40s.
Uh-huh.
You put water on it, it's an exothermic reaction, and it eventually a critical point.
Or just lights.
It just explodes. And when it does, ammonium nitrate's a type explosion.
Right,
Not
right.
a deflagration, which is not, it's a bad explosion, but it's not bad, but
Right.
a detonation is sonic type explosion.
That's what I was saying, like, when I've seen
But
fireworks.
I do
warehouses
drink
go off,
coffee, it's just I
like, it
I
looks like a
usually have like 2
horrible
cups
diesel
before I
before.
come here.
It's not like, there's no concussion wave like there was
Right.
that when we're throwing all that water.
Because it's not concentrated on the
But it-
fireworks
but
one.
it
It's a
doesn't- so
bunch
it's
of
not a-
individual, it's a bunch of individual
But
events.
here's
in
the
there.
thing.
Nobody
This was a
around
single
little
event.
bit neither. It was just
Well,
No.
No, Eamon, here is the thing. All of that is speculation. Nobody knows. Did they not get rid of it because they were gonna do something? Nobody knows
There's
any
a
of that.
picture this morning that was taken just before it exploded with 3 firemen prying the door open.
Okay.
Oh, God, those poor guys.
They're gone.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, for sure.
They're history.
Well, they showed pictures of the hole it left in the ground.
Yeah, great.
Somebody caught the actual explosion on video.
Yeah.
And when you see it, you
saw
see
it,
this
yeah.
just microsecond,
Yeah.
the pressure wave.
Yeah.
And then there's the,
Yeah.
and that's because it's sonic, it's faster than sound.
Mhm.
And so you see it, and there's this split second, several hundred millisecond delay, then there's
They
the
threw all that
pressure.
pressure.
What is
And
that
when you look
picture?
at the open door, they got the door open before it exploded. You can see large bags of the stuff stacked in the warehouse. Floor to
What is
ceiling.
it for? What is
It's
it? What is it?
Fertilizer for agriculture,
And there are these huge bags, look like old beanbag chairs.
super sacks, they call them.
So if
Super
you
section.
order,
Oh, yeah.
like if farmers, if you order as a person or a farmer or whatever, if you pick up more than a certain amount of it, they'll call
You get flagged.
and you get, they'll come and check and see what you're using it for. Because we had a farmer when we were in Cameron that lived down the road and they came to check and it's that he was going to go and
Okay.
fertilize a bunch of fields.
Okay, you got the affidavit?
I do.
Okay. Opening hearing on case ID 2020-220. Account 70262. This is a hearing by affidavit. This hearing is being recorded. We have the appraisal review board that will be hearing the protest today. Present at the table are Robert Dayton, Cindy Duck,
Excuse me.
Kathy Hoffman, Charlie Powers, and Ramona LeBlanc by Zoom. We do not work for the appraisal district. We are appointed to perform an independent review of the protest. Protester has the right to appeal our decision. Appeal information will be provided to the protester with our determination. In accordance with Tax Code Section 4145H, all written material is assumed to have been provided with the affidavit. ARB members who are considering the protest have not communicated with anyone about the protest and are signing affidavits to that effect. I, Charles Powers, do solemnly swear I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 4166.
Kathy, excuse me. Kathy Hoffman, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 41.
I, Cindy Duck, do solemnly swear I've not communicated with another person in violation of tax code section 41.66F.
I, Robert Dayton, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of tax code section 41.66F.
I, Ramona LeBlanc, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of tax code section 41.66F, and I'm signing to that effect, and I'm physically located in Texas.
My name's Val Smith. I'm a notary public. I'm witnessing Ms. LeBlanc's signature via Zoom, and I'm physically located in Texas.
All testimony from all witnesses must be given under oath.
I, Eamon Burke, do solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you shall present in the appraisal review board for the Aransas County Appraisal District is true and correct.
District representative will now read the affidavit into the record.
All right, affidavit is from Harris County. This affidavit is to be presented to the appraisal review board only on or pursuant to the scheduled hearing date for the subject property and only in the absence of agent, whether by agent's election or CAD error. Before me, the undersigned authority on this day personally appeared David G. Wilson, who being by me duly sworn upon his oath, deposed and stated the following. My name is David G. Wilson. I am over the age of 18, of sound mind, and fully competent to make this affidavit. The statements contained in this affidavit are within my personal knowledge. The statements contained in this affidavit are true and correct. I am an agent for Wilson and Franco Equitax located at 11,000 Richmond Avenue, Suite 350, Houston, Texas 77042. I am a tax consultant licensed by the state of Texas. My license number is 000111272. As a licensed tax consultant, I provide property tax consulting services for the client taxpayer on property throughout Texas. I am the authorized agent of client taxpayer in this protest. I have either attached a copy of my agent authorization from this client taxpayer or it is available for inspection in the CAD files. Client taxpayer Day Craig S. Etux Ramona C. Tax account numbers address 70262. The market value of the subject property of this protest is, for all accounts totaled, income analysis $440,778. All associated tax account numbers and other supporting documentation is contained hereon or in Exhibit A, which is attached to and incorporated herein. In addition, the property is appraised unequally in that its appraised value exceeds the median appraised value of a reasonable number of comparable properties appropriately adjusted. Supporting documentation is either contained in Exhibit A, which is attached to and incorporated herein, or will be complete upon CAD determination of final values for all comparable properties. Other, if attached, see income and expense models. If attached, see uniform and equal analysis assessment comps. As part of its notice of protest in this matter, client taxpayer hereby notifies the County Appraisal Review Board that client taxpayer protests any and all actions of the chief appraiser, appraisal district, and or appraisal review board that applies to adversely affect this client, including but not limited to items 1 through 9 of section 41.41 of the tax code. Further affiant saith not. David G. Wilson, signed July 29th before Nancy Zamora in Harris County. All right, and then their summary page includes that number that they're at the bottom. It says income formulas, CAD type analysis, 440,778. Following that is a description of the property with the values and year over year. I think there's year over year changes. There's year over year stuff. So last year it was 458. This year it's 460. And then there's an income and expense model that was given, rendering the value of 440,000 using a market rent of $10, and they have some secondary income. It looks like.
What is this?
This is Latitudes.
Okay, it's a restaurant.
It is a restaurant near downtown, yeah. And the next is a Marshall and Swift schedule for their cost analysis. There's a detailed report of their cost workup, and that concludes their evidence. And the district is in agreement with the 440,778 valuation.
All right, so I make a motion on account 70262. Based upon considering items he said 1 through 9.
Yes.
Considering items 1 through 9 as far as protest reasons that could possibly affect the total valuation on this property, I make a motion that we lower the total value for 2020 to $440,770.
Second.
In favor?
Aye.
I
We are recessed until 1:30.
Whole bunch of seconds.
all righty. Well, I'll see you guys then.
Yep. All right.
See you then, Ramona.
Have a lovely lunch.
Maybe breakfast or whatever.
You didn't have breakfast?
I don't eat breakfast, but
No, I
I
don't
will eat
either.
breakfast now. You don't eat them in the morning.
Okay, 1:30.
Yes, that's
Three possibles.
okay. So Scott, you can take it off.
Turn it off after finish.
Okay.
Putting all this in.
You staying?
Yeah, I've gotta do some stuff on my computer. So I just brought my computer because it's easier to just sit here.
That's fine.
Because if I go home, there's like, people, they come in and, what do you think? And I'm just like, oh, please, I've got to get this stuff done.
Get some lunch?
I'm good.
Good. Okay.
Thank you.
All righty, folks. We'll see you at 1:30.
You bet.
Okay.